My fiancé Tian expects me to sell my house so his adult son can live in it rent-free. Today I discovered why. I think Jake should move into your house while we're in Europe, my fiancé T, Mark said casually over dinner last night. He's having trouble with roommates and your place is just sitting empty. The house he was referring to isn't some investment property. It's my sanctuary, the home I bought after my divorce 5 years ago. My first major accomplishment as a single woman. That's my home, I replied, and will only be gone for 6 weeks. Jake is 26, can't he figure out his own living situation? Mark's expression darkened. He's going through a rough patch. It would be temporary. Temporary? The word that had defined my ex-husband's broken promises for years. I changed the subject, but something felt off. Mark had been pushing me to sell my house since we got engaged 3 months ago, insisting we didn't need 2 properties. I'd resisted wanting to keep my financial independence this morning. I stopped by my house to water plants and found Jake's car in my driveway. The spare key I'd given Mark for emergencies had apparently constituted an open invitation. I walked in to find Jake sprawled on my couch, surrounded by empty beer bottles. My carefully curated bookshelves had been rearranged to make room for his gaming setup. When he saw me, he didn't even have the decency to look embarrassed. Dad said it was cool, he shrugged, eyes never leaving his game. I stepped into my bedroom and froze. My closet door stood open, half my clothes removed to make space for his things. On my dresser, the jewelry box containing my grandmother's pearls was missing. Where are my pearls? I asked, returning to the living room. Jake paused his game. Oh, Dad took those, said you wouldn't need them anymore and they could cover some of my debt. The world seemed to tilt sideways. I grabbed my phone and called Mark, putting it on speaker. Hey babe, I am in a meeting, he started. I am at my house with Jake, I cut in. Where are my grandmother's pearls? Silence. Then, those old things, I took them to get cleaned before the wedding. Thought it would be a nice surprise. Jake snorted. I stared at him and something in my expression made him speak. Dad pawned them last week, said you wouldn't notice until after you signed the house over. The phone erupted with Mark's shouts at his son, but I barely heard them. I ended the call and turned to Jake. You have 30 minutes to get your things and leave. You can't kick me out, he sneered. Dad said this is going to be my place soon. I pulled out my phone again and showed him the security of notification. Police dispatched. ETA 7 minutes. While Jake scrambled to gather his things, I found a pawn ticket in his wallet. After he peeled out of my driveway, I drove straight to the pawn shop and reclaimed my grandmother's pearls, the last gift she gave me before Fimans took her memories. Mark has called 37 times. His messages swing between apologies and accusations. I'm overreacting. I don't understand family loyalty. Jake was just confused. Yesterday, I returned his engagement ring with a note. Some things aren't for sale. My house, my independence, or my trust. Some people see your boundaries as obstacles to overcome. I see them as the foundation I built for myself, brick by hard-earned brick.